0244-844-488. Hona wode adwenkyerɛ no ebefa ene ano pay. The Secretary General Maje
Mejuso nana
abom
yami adomo na mema ye nyina so mbonu yo emi say of 1 week no
Sajon
emi say obo ejuma yi na emi say nuanom ne adofo nyina e kire do
ampa
in fact hot dear na even though na your covid season mo but the nuanom e kire do e baaye en maminda obi biara obaaye no maminda omunyina ase na minda organizers no chichu menua chasosu menua ba koso Francis Ousu proposal mo in fact everybody on the day oyi ejuma mintimi emobody ni nyina in fact to ensure say yebeye ye kan say 1 week no so yebeye no kwan so akwan bia emfa or how bia amba nti yeda omo nyina say entichu wankasa in fact you did a great job.
Thank you.
In fact it was fantastic and your frequent reminder say obia enhwena on the protocols no I think say eboa yi pa because akwa say John yi de obia bepe so wo hobby to the end na anke yen saso de anke be hadwen until you kept reminding everybody say sebi obetina ho kakra ma ho so na onua so embetina bi but so obetina ho cha obehu ana honum na akwa say crowd and crowd are omobae no if everybody were to stay like we ordinarily would do in normal times no anka ya dia ebe hadwen nti yedo bibiara si na ofaso de nyame fa ne kransi yi na ene ene is the day before Eid al-Adha ko fatiasia kane de ya menyako
ka obi nyako no de e bi kran ke ba nrampo
kamenyako okodi but we'll continue to pray for him because me say me dey be American people like Sir John they rarely appear no you be or no say of say no ba no offers in the bibia dia na che say he shows say indeed wa false say we no ba na say no offers and adiba kwa obia oba ho edi adanse ni say his love and compassion for everybody knew no limits na enye bounded she say sabi nkrofo na there were times I make off for na you would meet Obia and you are like no for where should you go hu no and I was yes no he was a universal man so to say to Ghana there we've lost a huge asset and you just amanyoku a no owo mu no nkwa na omohwe di shekese but Ghana man nyina you know the people yentiminka nti ofa
na later ukoye no na delegation bi e baaye
okay
we coming can delegation and charge mum
okay
because so mo ye basket bi number
wow
omo free north
wow
e be di sejon 1 week
she me say offered he was a universal man he was a national asset no me say there were times you would go and na make no na oyobia na yetasra no echena once rana na wafra bisese ofasi na tisena and me hu ache na wakosra no otimi go hia nkrofo bia na we bisa say ofa na nkrofo we su de omu free okasho bebe omu free a be won and he would entertain them he would have very interesting conversations with them nti ofa dear like I said he was a rarity nkrofo sa no you know you find them especially among yosema yeyi among yosem tan aye Ghana hanum no you hardly find nkrofo who are that accommodating bet me ebio mupuno emo bia sa no in fact his doors were open to just not the kind of saying nkrofo mo ya among yosem people in politics and people outside of politics. That was the kind of man he was. And that is the kind of man he was. Wow. Nti na offer dear. Like I said, it is times like these, and yebe kind ye say sala ebe. Uncle for the ankendra na enekra acha anka mi ponsho yi nanka ofre. But near you mean sure say have you the menya sa call no and obi asun fro. What you say?
Me na mefro.
Oh, would you minim share ya would you be frame. These are the times we tend to feel the impact even more. The impact of his loss, no. It is these times and at times like these mona ye feel his impact in a year. Until for the wabi and we'll continue to remember you till the end of time.
Anyway,
and I'm for we to enter to let me say after you can say visit no.
Yeah.
Na in fact na me bo pro na ye monitoring. Timi to aso call a number of regions and amiko we wo me home region, northeast region. And Mamimbo MC in Abaso, he's doing a great job. Gambaga, for example, where I come from, is totally transformed by dint of hard work. We question ye AC or Gambaga no idea enika idea sumbo. Nti yabo MC nini na juma yofo nyina yabo mu nyina baso ena yabo Gambaga ni Eastman Prusi dishe nyina yebo mu nyina baso yenso will begin to throw a lot more support to the development, you know, you can say agenda na ompese omo pursue no, so that at the end of the day ye nyina ebetima can say ye boa ye ma Eastman Prusi and attitude not East region abe krabeshe, because it's a region with a great deal of potential. This is a way investor me tun safrel. This is an opportunity me per se me use to different investors whether you are in real estate, you are in health, education, any kind of investment owo mu bia no Mr. This is an opportunity for you to make a lot more money, because Northeast region new region and the prospects are huge. Assassino the way assassin down the topography is plain. Hoya kama the people are hospitable until Mr. Mogana for mutiemi and anope. Me tunes after every investor, huge or small, medium, any kind of investor. Officer, you want to, you know, expand your investment and in so doing also contribute to the development of a new region. Mr. For a Northeast region. Yeah. Northeast region, pay a lot of investment into your tun frame. But I'm sure in the fullness of time, no, Ghana for be the potential that exists in that region, because many MC needing come and there are some conversations year by year regarding how we can advertise the investment potential in that region. And I'm sure every other new region creative should also be thinking about how to draw more investors to some new region. No?
Having said that, registration koso election 2020 and also bobosoba. I think maminti wajun chrewo especially the first phase of the last phase of the registration.
Okay.
Pending the mob up exercise, no. Okay. So far, it is saying so far, some election 2020 will be about achievement, not what you just say. And it's and some like Maminti wajun chati.
But I say now, say fourth phase, no. Yeah, Adrian said we'll take advantage of the fourth phase. Now, nationwide monitoring. In fact, in the earlier phases, now monitoring no Accra, but we decided to make call outside of Accra, because especially the efficiency of and the newness or otherwise of equipment, confusion at various centers, and the non-observance of the protocols. Yes, sir, look, we need to, I said to me, call outside of Accra, even though young Crawford be MI reports about some of the occurrences in some of the regions, generally speaking, outside of Accra, and na reports, kakra. But we needed to see firsthand, Ankasa near Ekoso. Yako Ashanti region, Tuasuko Bune did all, in fact, except Upper East, and Upper West. We did the other, northern regions, Until Proco, Echo, yes, and generally, Mass Action Committee would be issuing a statement on your findings, but just a quick overview of what we observed. Say in the other regions, na ebia acquire fourth phase ninety, but in the other regions we realized there was to some extent order in the various registration centers. Okwa among for edisu or mudilai so and apart from 1 or 2 centers because of the UNT they were not heeding to social distancing arrangements, but the rest of it the rest of the stage centers na na omo this year pa and oba yebema wa runsa all the protocols. They will check your temperature and so on. Nti yehu say maybe reports na yinya no na enshadantisa. We also realized the presence of the military in one of the regions, and let me specifically say Ashanti region. But what we observed and our interaction with them, Sebi, their presence there was not to intimidate prospective registrants, because we should be now almost station and Asawasi, we did quite some time in Asawasi for obvious reasons. You say the movement of the military, actually even engendered more orderliness. As I say, Sabi ubedi to trust mana ubedi nsembone na hu say asojafo no enenam ho na ubedwin hum nti na their presence was a bit helpful. But now, you say, omu registration centers within the perimeter na registration, they would come, stay at a distance for some time, then they move to the next registration center. Until you say, in the resolution of Mintimi Hwasi, and also helped in preventing the occurrence of confusion. Bia na ebimo efise. Bambo ni bien ni hanti ebitimi aye ni epeno ni ye hu ye ne de their presence really was helpful. And to asuko srem no so there were a few challenges I noticed, and no largely the attitude of agents, any political parties. And I think major na probably when we are issuing the statement we can include that political parties say this attitude of taking advantage of everything and anything idea is na otherwise they be Ghana mind be born homodin say you be nim as far as Kabina Minkabe Mamonu is concerned, but the actions and inactions of some political parties etimi etwe nyina a collective progress no mutimi twe nyina assign. I'm sure in the report we will indicate some of the observations about the conduct of some political parties in respect of this registration. En Shadam Buasa and Yetimi Jaya and we saw that largely in the northern regions now this is the last phase before the mop-up initially he said it was going to commence tomorrow, but I think it was miscommunication, and the electoral commission ankasa asaba to correct because Ochina akwaye dasronko amakremofo idie. It would be unwise, it would be unreasonable for any such exercise to take place on such a day. Until they had originally almost planning, they accepted Friday. Mika Ochina Friday. They accepted it from the days Yebet Di. But later communication but they've gone back to the original schedule. Friday Ochina Enka. Until media, I say that it is welcome news and it is good. Electoral Commission at Chrese, they want to take the Electoral Commission to a different level. Transparency says at the whole fine, they try as much as possible. Say Ghana phone na be huni ekoso juma omudie no obia be huni ekoso. Sene be ya they can build GDB or Ghana for mu say eba electoral commission any omujuma die there's nothing to hide. Omo ni hwe a ompese omo de sie Ghana for na omo nye omo nneoma wo kuku. Nti they've been doing a lot of things to bring all of us onto the same page. And omo tie they listen, especially registration. We share nneoma ekoso if there are challenges that are genuine and that are germane. You know, they take steps to address such challenges and make us specifically about queue management system even in Accra a man for anshadanti omuhasi say Adino is going to last for 43 days no more pray until it led to all kinds of confusion or registration centers omuka say look, we need to deal with this and omudi QMS ebaye. And still in the spirit of transparency, Oma Institute Bibia, Omufreno, Ghana must know, and what you need to know. However, Mirifi how it's been, yes,
Ghana must know.
Ghana must know. And the idea is say, Omuma, you can say, Ghana for the chance to understand the air koso. Nti media idea. Eboyi pa na it tells us electoral commission indeed person omubua Ghana man na ye about to hunsem no omushemukina. And now and this is a novelty enya dia na ye kane no sisi ya dia Ghana for if you want to know how many people have registered in this region. And in fact omo segregate data to the point say you can even tell how many males and females have registered within which particular time.
Yeah.
Disabled for Sebi, be register. They've decomposed the data so nicely, say you can tell, and all of that. These are all innovations, and it engenders more confidence in the Electoral Commission. And it opens up the Electoral Commission. Canino the somewhat opacity that characterizes the workings of the Electoral Commission. Says and now you can get to see so many things Electoral Commission and yen unite me so that so omu ko baby enya na bibi betochiwa na ya twom adwen abesi so say we die we say mo aka kire dey ba yen adwen no as a we ni be hadwen, then we collectively can resolve it and move forward. Nti ade a eboa violence is in some few areas, so we condemn those incidents.
But I know, can we blame it?
No, you see me say we condemn those incidents. No,
I'm just asking.
No, and I see there. Obiko tutu. How do you blame the EC?
In fact, let me be blunt here. Violence, and this in MPP.
Absolutely no, and no.
Asa.
Oh. And there's no excuse for violence at any registration center. It was wrong, it was irresponsible. And me say you have no business pulling a gun and firing a warning shot at the registration center. What if you misfired? Obi sabi FM wuya nyame mfa samba na nka obi wuya. We would be having a different conversation today. But the people are trying to justify that recklessness. Me look, no credit ebaku nana. Obi let's not try to spice it with all kinds of excuses. There be
kind of adjectives.
There are no excuses justifiable enough for anybody, whether MP or not, to fire a gun at the registration center. And the excuse is said now you be attacking. Every polling station has been assigned a security officer, and Onum even has added privilege. As I say. No, security detail, but the excuse here now on ban or panel. I mean, those I find them very lame excuses.
Let the citizen know.
Let the citizen know. Oh, great. And American it's a novelty. And the incidents of violence you're condemning, and now call as a was so to the extent say obi too. Look, we can't have this. We can't suffer these things. Yet to me, as if they are normal. Young Kotia, yes, self-defense. Self-defense is a obia trash also. Then now there is no help from anywhere. Then you resort to self-help. But obin tun share also nipa ni ba, and in their explanation, you estimate say nipa no ebe to share also. Enti sabi you na ye nam hoi na obi ehia with motorbike. Obi timi like somebody can obi timi come to ehia e wo kwan bi so a enye papa. But enu is not enough grounding for you to say you felt threatened by the fact that we are not urban. How can you tell say nipa no ebe ye oboni until the person tries? Ana masa moto so de uti moto so eba na wanye bibi a eche say wo be ha me ana ebi watwi bibi ana you've done something. I don't think it was justifiable, and I don't support Nkrofo a omo justify na esi no, because ochina bi somebody can directly shoot obi and say it was self defense, and the reference will be na esi a yanya ho hwi. About elections, let's do everything possible. Say ye be yi any possibility for the commission of acts of violence. Yen bibia betima ma obi akodi bone anaye to trust them. Yen free ho. And we are providing justification for future commission of crimes that ebia ebeye kese chen ne ye hui. Because obia ye yanka no ho asem yanka aman for cry justify say nanka ontwe ma yunku nansa. Nti ochine bi obi betima ashuti obi aka say na ye bekunu no dikan ku ye. And the excuse is self defense. We've had a fairly successful exercise, but these few and isolated incidents of violence and we need to condemn them outright. Uko ahafu Honorable Collins out the constituency near CNO so condemnable.
That's my constituency to Stevie South. Stevie South.
Condemnable. Bon. In fact, Nambeka assembly na nipa na bedru. In fact, me chia made that Nkrofo no. Na me host ma anda me host ase wa bedru menua penyin Sampine. He was a fantastic host, and ma minchia the landlord so regional minister
me one host me be
me see on he
me one host me be
no if you didn't one give visa on arrival and I didn't take visa before coming. One year your presence would be illegal.
When free me, but fortunately for me, I'm of a regional minister.
Oh, okay. Into Uji visa on arrival.
Me arrival upon arrival.
Oh, okay. Me the say me the can ko embassy and sana me could do. Enti my stay was legal. Enti next time we kwa so di kan inform me host nation say me ba. Na omen who say we a legal migrant. Until Maminda Minya Penny Sampine, he did so much. In fact, before we moved out of Ashanti region, we had a great time. And yet to me and nearby say Timidanasi. Until like I was talking about violence, and yet specific to near AC or how comes on. I have for example, and it's becoming trendy in our constituency, Say every registration, every election, I say a pro B, I say BBC. And elections a opportunity for people to say ye wo gide o mu say obe represent here enu anu no enye ntokwa and I think say share sanumani because even though these are very few, in fact very insignificant in the scheme of registration centers me feel say these are very few, but a bit me hadwen esan say yan hwan so anu a na yetimi di saa suban ekọ abatuo no mu ankasa na ebetimi ahadwen nti kakra mi work about isi ni registration no eno no I'm sure we'll have time to discuss
sure.
Who is doing worse and who is doing good.
Yeah baba enchebia ya baba na ya behwe eno so Eric Danso Beko ene eye wawoda opapa Danso Beko owo Ghana Highway Authority any unuaba efia obenewa Danso Beko omunyina se omo emautrinkwa. So happy birthday to you, Eric Danso Beko, from your dad Danso Beko of Ghana Highway Authority, your sister Fua Obenewa Danso Beko, and the rest of the family wishing you well on the occasion of your birthday. This one says a blessed one to Mr. Obu, Operations Manager, DHL Express Ghana. Wishing you God's blessings, protection, and guidance from Eric Elik and Bamu, your boys at Airport Branch. So, Mr. Obu, Operations Manager, DHL Express Ghana, happy birthday to you, Mr. Obu. And the final one says to Liberty Ajubi Asante. Liberty Ajubi Asante, may God bless you. The message comes from General Kwame Asante, your husband in New York. Tambai. Marching.
Kadna Yamiadum. That's a subject
and council. Now where they?
Yaminadum Nimpire. Now see about Santina Mantun. A chira buyer will quine radio so church and I'm saying, now brandy into a buy intimidate or you can be and now in fact the air and say, who's a Bradano and Sana Ebedi of an hour to Danu Kiadano. Now me nearby Medici and a from Tia could do on now should our Mahame. Oh, Yako. It may be Drew Kumasi and a journal. And I chose also catch them and say, you ever shed now to the National Panel. And the boy no see a pound base, maybe as an amigo no. And to me, General no Pana. Some is than area. And I'm a master's. I am a communication director. A friend me say, "Where you may over be able to remember to me, crown on the outfit that no man to me. I'm to God. I can name with the so Hanum. Some Ghana. Ninaka. But next hour bar. No matter. Now your baby no and maybe not care. And also, and also, Marty. Prof.
Yes, sir.
Martin.
Yes, you're never.
Aquaba.
Be just so blue.
Napum.
Apum de Yamiadum said, Yami then the on matrimony.
Nakabakono.
Oh, sorry now. Now, I can't say
your honor some no one. Yamiti as the prof. Yeah, that's no pay so. Somebody. Registration and a wholesome.
Me that's it. Nana, yeah, initiative for. And no one said that I canon or Mumpay na Yamidi Nenso. A chain. Na me sang fat a point tsunamina. Yam penny for do one noira. Or my boy, my registration, no, a cosso. You will see you was betray or my by region, no many other places are. Or more, I be said yes, cost or more yibi, a bois. I got nana, at my no, at Debinami can have none say. Men pay pa no penny or her. Miss me pay a pan say, in ke bedroom rebia, ye bear aspire to the position I yet rodia, yenya agents in Pumomunko.
Mobile Macquain.
Oh, I am remember me make up if you say, Senipa me nu equatran no more be at 30 cities. At the end of the day, no 60 cities. Look at this almost 40,000 polling stations. That's a whole year no for even a week. You're saying other logistics. Am I?
Say, more, me come no crampa. On the party get on more hard, you know. Oh, no, man,
Woman M1.
Mummy, Macquain.
Woman M1. Sir, woman ma. Sen come by no do money be film and assembly be ban on becano cre and the United Sincunia can come say bonnet be say ma. And the United so to the be who for be here. Nana, assembly bar, ye catia ni facum. Yem beside who say, baby say caswa for instance. A ye dang and no between two all. I smell by a more between two no, yan come once them. The next time no, or Becca could disassemble no baby for. If we said, "Do day langas on Kuta, sick kind better, I am being thrown in and as if for this assembly by no. Young Kaya Jan or cook. What I say? It's the next time no, or Becca another registration center. No, quite sir, or before from between two or and the assembly by young Pemu, near can pepe. A dream you know, Guapaswa, you need back one in Yabaku. You need back one in Yabaku. What I say? Nabasam pet, Mr. Pet. The pet, the company pet, until they are no pet, until me and Kabakunya Baku. Registration so far. Member letter commission Abaso. Juma Womadiano Nanael. Oba sentiment, for instance, the first 2 days, no, 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 and na penny hunty a big guy broth. Open 1 month, I think you can't broth. You see the opacity of them and their member and the meeting. I'm saying, broth, I can see they are not new. No news of penny, but they say, I dare know, it would have fine. That no person true. Minia, a dead decline, any dear tosso. And if the Juma dear, who shall see definitely will be enema nketenkete bi ba enu twa mu no nhihye ya wo mo ye ye tinchen no na ye mu bi yanti asem nase especially baby nipa kofofo aso ekoye se obi akotworo ni din no na omo nya adwene omo se enensia no a ye de ye that cluster no eno na the bread nti kira omo ti ase no eno for instance me da bia me nam wo be kona ebia nipa miensa atego ena no omo ho a wo mu tworo wo mu din nti social distancing ni na sefo ni nyina no which means say obi abeka wo ma betra radio so bo wiase se wiase beko na wie ya o ma fa ho a akọ register no wo mu nyina kasa no o mu kokosho abehu se dwumadi no ekoso kama sa queue management system na atiki kan ho asema wo mu de bae no eno so boy na Ghana fo no na ya to da bia ye nye before you see the one queue management system no beba no some registration centers wo mo aye wo ma dwene se wo mo beye bi na wo mo church numbers no man crofo so azempa bobinya 82 na say dan no be register nipa 150 a ono ye 82nd person a say be register no wonim wati ne krata no mienu eno afa 2 no eno ato 8 na twene enti oye number 2 meanwhile no bi nso ye number 2 dada enti o 28 no to twene ye no do nso fa no nso nya 8 2 be kono 2 for no aye mienu 8 for no aye mienu enti yan kasa ye tunso no ye de ye ma ne ma no
paper no size no so ye pe
o say no and they found the 2 no 8 na ne kura no they kwa say o de number 2
that's a mess of yan table
I say me kai pa Ghana ya bredo state transport STC na kutwa tikita yedi ka man table biasa it is only 12 and just be ticket number 12 hey oh my Ghana yes anan crofo dwa ye num ne yes ye ne amawiase adane akosi dia ye hunu bida ya beba wo so asem ne beka je beka asem but wonim enti electoral commission o maye adwuma political parties no so ye mu bidia ya boa pa o hwe monitor ye bebia ye ko eto da bia me regional director be so accommodating say asem no wo ti say baby say bibi nkoye wo fra no bona mania intentem no ano no asoma ni technicians na wo mko so wo mko enkohwe entiti enya 16 regional directors ni nyina no bia be na adwuma fine sama odi ahokeka papa akoye sa adwuma no a minister nana yawo ebeboa ye nyina then 2 young political actors no yeso ye wo dwumadie kese akala face wo mso mi wie so ambesa mop up but mop up mati so say enye across board don be ye no o mo hwe o mo data no ba bia e fata se wo mo koye no no be kwakoye no enna kakra no so aka no ye nyina nso no ye comport ya ho eto de bia ntrosem ene yesi no enye no kure no na e ha adwene obi tumi kukura asem no wo be kwakohwe mu no na entisa wo ye sa nyema no a ehu na wo de hye nkrofo mu na ebufo bi ade ba obi mu no nipa no kro ko registration center ho a wa fa na adwene bi dada entisa ye hey o misa se ye den na kwa se confirm akwantuo no ba ko ya no mu nyina atu ne edi akiri wa mu kosi ana fifiu ye den etu ye den ne du ye nkrofo bi suban na wa mde ti Ghana ha no ma wo mu ma ye nye saa eniema no efise ye din na ye kwakotworo he nana yaw edin a ye twire ebi kura atworo onto aba no efise mra bia ni Ghana ha e kire se abato wanto a ye ntu nkotumu obi atworo no for ebi si o pe card no keke entina o akotworo ni din nti wenya ade a yese mawiase nyina bubegu fom na eniema ebeje ensamu na ase tinana ye mo electoral commission abaso ye political parties no ye political players no ebinuma ye adwan kanka me party for me polling station for coordinators executives so omo magiro omo ho on se machemu me so omo agiro omo ho so omo ye adwumaden e ka kiro bia so mpie no nkonkotworo ni nu ya do omo nyina ase na yemfa akomapa yemfa nta yisi achi na de asem no nkukoma na pie ye no ade asa omo nyina ba bedo omo bu omo ka se electoral commission ya bebo ni tri so ye ma ne nyina adwuma no nka no kra na sefo no ene omo nyina behunu se Juma dia omudie no ne fine so
Juma omudie no
Juma omudie no thank you see one matter for nyame
atie sabi atie
one matter for nyame
kwame na atie atie di kwame ni kwame na me atie wa
okay Juma omudie no ye bebon abaso na omo semba kom dia betumu o se na otwubia omo ye senchofo hie mu no ma be kire yen said de asem no eko enu na ma atiki ko kan brofo kese no cheso mo pese asem ne mu da ho fine na capacity e mu asem su katakata ne ma tu bia emamu no ye do ma se na megiri se anamo a wo matui so mo to aso no mo tu ne yie ema wo mo hie mu din so a the maker any aspiration said that you know ye bedu system a obi nkotra ho nkoye agent ana ye koto abakra ye nkosi punu na nku enkoye ntokwa ho honom no ye bekwa kodu samre no
I see medase sampine 0244844488 0244844488 na dey asidema MTN everywhere you go and APC a every kina farmer for eho perifoi na so yimu a ene yatena se edi Kokrokoo dwumadi ebrewo prof
yes sir
edin chroin eto say
ya pa
ebinya me ase
beti a mesrisri nyina me hwe graphic say you see at the supplementary biaba the catch in the last phase no or church baby ever to abana
you bet you no
eh
you bet you no
the bet you no the aba mani agene say for the first time my brother me primary school din wo pepe bu
where registration center
oh yeah
and your penny would them
say MA primary school
would them
and be quiet
would them
and I who men sans in krona wo ho ni nyina obabo so twe am hu me kro masisiriwa ewom na meka kosie ne say yisi pesa ne mani da ho ama se aba graphic mu ne ade se onim kra na onim so last face no menim se asisiri abeto aba ho ye be twetwedin ho menim so ye obi ewo adwana se am primary baby am call school
baby am call primary school
baby am call primary school call middle school nyina enti anoma aprepre anankofo adimbrika wa ho be fa men koto ne because mahunu mensanse mahunu adwana se nkro no bende mahunu asisiri wa mahunu nyame ani enti ema niema ani da ho na yetwetwe me so na me okumase nya nu ntinam ko ese me kohwede na so ba bia mbefa bia no na hu se na nipa na si atete omontem sa Veronica Bucketi ebisi honom na nkonwa no se na omasi ahyehye no be fa be ko fa so ase no be dinka fa tech efa ginyase ekowura ma sokoroman pon ekofa aboabon mo ha kosi krofrom ne dechem so ne tafo asa be fa yi Prempeh College ho efa patase santase no michini kakra ana me be fa ye ho sokoban Wood Village ho ene Dompase New Town ne Kuwait baby obefa bia unhu se ase ntokwa bi asi ho anase enkofo edi dede bi ba emfa ho ebetumi asi ebi abe tama me bedru na bi ni ho be free Kumase bank ran so a ka kwan be kro bia obedru bia udru anyina mu se enkofa to santen jaso eti eye ade a anika na misusu se we ye tumi de sa asumdue ene mraso die ekowura abaaye beto no mu a na ya enkunimdie be Ghana dia politicians in the oye modern it is a kaka fan kwamu tell me omusu man bi to say kaka of fan kwamu na na unim kaka of fan kwamu
pacho
and why you on
obafam ne hu betwam
eti
prof kaka say omu wo emu bi wo Kumase Bantma
okay
I'm sure say a my speciality.
Okay.
The biaka come from that. Who can nipa guam sisa for na famu no. And then I'm just saying no we ma ye kwesa ne ma.
Ya monteso kakra. enti minim sɛ obia ɔpre abato bia hwehwɛ sɛ obedi nkunim na so ɛsɛ ya ɔmode kɔmu so sɛ ade no ɛyɛ tafra hwe ase o
wana ya
efisi a wo mi ebe mi hu tafra oda ne nchemu da enti sɛ abato no ebetumi aba so obedi nkunim sɛ wo ani nkunim so a ɛno nkyɛ sɛ wa wie ye wo wiase nyinaa ɛhɔ na kɔpem enti sɛ wo wonti ya de sikai wo obi ya de pia wo obi ya twe belt bo obi ya de akonti ba bo obi trim na moje nu na sɛ wo a wonti na nkɔfo ɔkosa no eti na okra oni pasuo no ene sɛ na ɛya na am sɛ tɔre bia ɔmo wura free sɛ ne ayɛ nyina da bi bɛba ya bɛ sɔre agya ho obi ansu sɛ 2020 obi te sɛ John be free na gye ne te obi ansu sa ma brantie kaman ofi aduasa miensa
kwadwo wi afi
ɔno so be free na am sɛ ɔkɔ politics mo aya na ɛno awia wo kakra sɛ wia on sɛ ya no wadwen sɛ wahwɛ kwara owuo bia ni hɔ enti sɛ tumi no na wo pa ɔbayire no ho a sɛ sabia duro so na ɛso ɔkɔ sɛ malam bi no ɛso ɔkɔ kwan bi ɔbɛfa twitwa ne nua sɛ ɛtro asɛm a obetumi apama tade ahyɛ ne nua na ɛne na yɛ pɛ asɛm a ɔka ɔno anso nim sɛ ɛnyɛ no korɛ ɛde ɛbɛsrɛ sɛ we no de aka na ɔtwi ɛhyɛ aseɛ memre da ɔmo sɛ bɛ ya wada no ɔmo wie esusu sɛ saa asomdwe a di kɔwura mu a ama bibia akɔ tɔten no na ɔhwɛ so a we nkra aka edintwa nipa bebree abɔmɔden atwere ana maka sɛ yɛtire yɛ covid adawroma baabi nso de sɛ sɛ aka bosome 9 ne yɛ to aba tete na nka ɔmo hyɛ aseɛ free match na yare no baayɛ no kene nka tenie na dɔso a bɛsrɛ mo sɛ we areas nim sɛ wanya kwan ni do obi atem ɛbra atwam a nyɛ sɛ wokɔyɛ sɛ abebi bewu a na ɛsɔ enti bosome na aka de mo de mo ntwam bɛte
na ɔmantimi anyɛ ne nyina ɔmo de bɛhyɛm
da bi ni so ɔmo de hyɛm we ka dan bi anim atemdidi ka dan anim sɛ na no nanka nyawa a medi do atem na manya brenti afia duru so me ka bobɔ so nta
gyina no sa gyina yie na meba
na ɔmo mfa sa ahohyɛso a ɔmo de kowura abato no mu no because kuma se metie radio sɛm ne sɛ asoase o baabi ɛsɛ nkɔfo bi kɔbɔ odua na yɛse asokoroma mpɔn nsuo bi wɔ hɔ nom na obi wɔ hɔ a ɔno no wa specializing duabɔ nti sɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔbɔ dua na wakɔka wasɛm no akyerɛ no na ɔno na bɛnwene asɛm no sɛ ne yɛsi bɔ dua no fa but ɔmbɔ voice no nipa korɔ no ne a sɛ ne ɔsi bɔ dua no mete no angel kumase mehwehwɛ ayi no koraa na mede ayɛ me research bi sɛ saa yɛtumi wo obi a ɔno na dwen ne sɛ media professional duabɔni a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbɔ dua behume
o papa profession yɛ den obodua
ɔsɔ obodua ɛto ɔmo baabi a amanyɔsɛm betumi adu saa voice no de text no mehwehwɛ mesrɛ wɔ sɛ angel fo obi nim wɔ ma mesrɛ wɔ ma sɛ baabi ɔmo obi a mesrɛ wɔ ɔmo ma minya test na me analyze enti sɛ yɛ kɔto aba na duabɔ abeba bam duabɔ yi kwaw bete sɛ bi nso ɛkɔ so wɔ hɔnom ɛdeɛ bɛɛ paa na yɛpɛ agyeɛ a sɛ 2020 yɛyɛ dan yɛtwe mu ne bɛtene yɛpɛ yɛbɛba bɛto aba no amomyɛmfa anibuye nyansa nimdeɛ ɔman ho dɔ ɛne onuadɔ a ɛwɔ yɛn ntɛm ɛsiane sɛ nipa a ɔmo pere nyinaa yɛn nyinaa yɛ nuafo otumi nya party mu abu gyina Paul ne nua Samuel no so baako NDC baako MPP sesei miame boss a opre ewo yi agunan Professor Yanka na ne nua yɛ NDC regional minister
Kwadwo
Yanka enti sɛ yɛba abato mu ene party sɛm na ɛfa ho sɛ wo party baako na wo ba sɛ me party we na me pɛ de odwa pɛ no de fufuo bɔ ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ ono ba no be ya ka se o party a me person ka o komu no wan komunti enye sa se nimdie mu obibi na nyansam obibi dia se be ye kwa anim no yemfa nko wura 2020 na minim se Ghana ye be sa di nkunim bio ewo aba ye betomu onyame ene eboafo method so yi bi no ampa amen na amenia je say mi school wo graphic you mentor no year 12 me MA primary in the kind the MA primary yeah I'm co school
but nana
papa
prof aspo kan fa duabo no ho mestre na makaka kra say ye media for no so ebi so emwa yen
omudue mo
ebi say ebi timi ma so much publicity say we beka say ya de pa bi na engrofo no akwakoye and so say ye papa asantima mu de ho na free buy mini so tumfo oti kokoso wabra duabo nti say ya de pa minya sure say enko himponsa enko beka say ma yenye sane ma no enti se obi no mo ye na se yen ye opportunity say the electronic be fa ho ne dia mo publicity aboma ba so ne interview binom no mo kan ye na wo ma de be ba social media ne so ya yire ye ho me say e ba platforms am work to be I don't even listen to it na me to ma share enti e besre yeso ma no ekọ enimo na no a ma mi asemi ba ya omo si na bo wo Kafaba why northern regional
savannah
region na ye kan makokai mra wo mo ye Stephen no mo Bible mu centuries ago and ne ye two and more kwaturo na me kan mra bi England any native for the probably they will be kai wo mo fi France wha de ba de be ye ansana brofu be di mu hwehwe ya no mo subi wo mu a no am so be a be fa ikuno da bia me kai abeba we say no Joan of Arc wo mu si na bo ekun na hye no e bi say wo mu su say ni sem bia na oka no sanya bayisem a na che so wo ani efoforo na na yaw wo majai ene hate speech kura no attract sanctions or court o enti adentina ha ye de sa ne ma we say ene 21st century we say me friend me akua na so say o chicherio me fee studio here no answer me for telephone na me friend me say akua na ho tisen no nso agime so and now so say obetimi ato obi nkra wo Dallas woni ne behwe video na be hu ayi ti a wotwa onum na no pa na wo de onya ahwenum ya ayi telephone so na wo hwe na aka say wo be hu ni nyina na ye be ya niema bia e sign en fatadia momi emfa ye fidi kese no yenya ye newspaper yenya ye TV yenya radio yenya telephone akase ekuta ye no na yawo momi emfa influence society positively na nema bi ho a emwa
nema bi ho a emwa sampan ye be share round 2 na sisi a na chese etu apo a eno no
menya bi be me
prof pacho we special enti ye be share da ma obako na ya shada ku twato ahwem di amount kama na ye you know baso ane de akotwene ho bi province here on finish business bi there you and this issue have chosen Asiedu Nketia as the running mate because he is already known to the grassroots instead of Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajimai. Hey pastor. Good morning Anaya Kese. Please, I want to take this opportunity to thank the EC officials and the good people of Ghana for their comportment during the ongoing registration exercise. My regards to Honorable Prince Apia Debra. Okay. Martin Ejosodomiabra. So far, so good. I will thank the EC boss and her officials for making the online registration for our political parties in the first place, the history of Ghana. Okay. Nana, good morning. In fact, the EC has done well. We must applaud them for that. And I will urge all political parties to be disciplined for a peaceful election this year. Chairman, Untumi, Asaman Kese. Hey, Untumi Bizuapiho. They counsel you. Robbie Fashion, the Champion near Golda Hotel. I say, please, do you know that the NDC has organized more than 100 press conferences for only 3 years, 6 months in opposition. They should prepare for more because they will be there for long. Robbie, another way. Good morning, I say. John and Jane ticket is a double gamble. Ghanaians should not take them serious. Randolph, Eddie Free, Chronoma Francho, another by teacher Kujo Tepe, so. Kudos to Mrs. Jane Mensah and her EC machinery. Despite the harassment and beating of the war drums by the opposition, they kept going and have delivered. Regards to Sampine and Honorable Suleiman Ademu Sanid, Afano North MP. Those who promised violence before the registration are ashamed. Ghana is the winner. Ejaben Ewo Hacho. Nanaya, good morning. Please, I want you to find out from the Asawasi MP if he had a power to send his bodyguard to perform duty as fixed duty point. I am aware that the bodyguard was to move okay, all right, maminja de akano because nina we best say allegate. Farouk Intama says, good morning, Kadna. The registration exercise so far has been super. The EC has shown great leadership in those difficult COVID-19 times. Thank God, after all the cacophony about EC's work, we finally ending with a successful story. Let's kindly take note, they are not working tomorrow. Farouk Edweifi Tema. I have been listening to Atik for a long time, and I just admire the young man. Recklessness and stupidity can't be justified for political gain, albeit a nebulous gain. Samiji Envi, apologies to you. Someone brings a gun to a registration center and you wish to justify that? How? Why do we suffer such to prevail in our body politic? Ghana, we've got issues. We have to manage our country well. Greetings to my former linguistics course advisor, Opening Ejekum, KSK and Kwekubako, wonderful man. Donald Boafo sending that one from Accra, somewhere in Accra. And come on, first Chima Yuri, the Cardinal. Ghanaians have seen the NDC and MPP, and they will vote for the one who has done massive infrastructure in education and all that. And I know that come December 7th, Ghana will be the winner. And Kama Foster. Cardinal, Dr. Baumier's 50 punches are spot on. In fact, let's comment COVID-19 small because it has changed the face of comic campaign. This year, like we go here, like Usain Bolt. Oh, ready. My name is PRO. Okay, your name is PRO. Okay, PRO. Here information about Cardinal. The former president lacks credibility when it comes to governance. We won't allow ourselves to be taken for a ride because of this feigned innocence and sobriety. Greetings to Honorable Joe Gatti of Isikado, Ketan constituency, Isaac and Son, Edwin Fescado, and Ode Ebay. I think round 2. Meno shall say.
That's Waka Isikado, my main Fakwain, Naminchia, one of my I can say role models or your academic side or hine Nana Ketia Isikado hine mamin chan and nano pay me say me akola bone dear but Nana ya fache me de bia me si me ba nanso me nyamba na me adoma me ba aida me be school na me be fie emunyina no meba mamincha ne nano pay. Having said that, Nanaya, let me say afia battle no, the outcome is going to be largely determined by records. Me throw adi on my Facebook wall some time ago said the determination of who becomes the next president in 2020 is going to be a comparison. It's going to be based on the comparison of records and our achievements near why ye bida. Any near also be no na ye dia tutu ho. Nti enyame nwa say 2020 dear records are any achievements na ye di bedi nkomo no. And no because bisa me say na o party mun ba habe mu since 92 record be na mo de be. And Amika say look, PMP has a record. Nti it doesn't matter if MPP amba bemu and NDC amba bemu anka they would be using PNDC and PPP and BB. Let me see PP, the Progress Party records. Until there would be some records to run on. Now 2020, let me say by now the Nanka we should have had at least some of the major parties presenting on manifestos. But COVID-19 BB. Until you can't fault the various political parties for not producing and publishing or more manifestos. Now, so Ebimu have given us hints about what they would be given to Ghanaians by way of policy options.
More flag bearer.
Yeah, because Congress ain't Chibia. Now, the COVID no nanka by April year we should have been done, but that was when a man who saw Numa near ama, and there was a restriction on the number of people on Bitmishia and what have you. Until end the hard dream, but your wajidi say you bet me be na in your flag bearer. Even though minim who eventually would emerge, but I've heard all kinds of names. Some serious, some not too serious. But nina eka grono until a train prof say PNC4 will decide who becomes their next flag bearer. Now I've heard say Mampininda da John Mahama inaugurated for the third and second time. Ne running meet no. Of MIA some hints about near the policies going forward. And I found some of those policies a bit awkward. Awkward in the sense who say is this really a policy option? And for example, Mampenyi Eka say Omoba Nkrofua ya lock your musica no. In fact, they say ya lock your musica, omusho musica to rogue and to rogue financial institutions and Ponzi schemes on Obitia. And I'm saying, na me tax na Obitia SRCK. How can you go and deposit with an unlicensed entity? Na nipa ne di usika wia o say Ghana for ye di munyina sika ne bekwa kwatwe sankrofo. And he made the point say the financial cleanup very important, which I keep saying no. Or say already na it was victimization. Nah, it was nothing, it had nothing to do with trying to sanitize the financial space. Nah, a victimization to onoba or very strong crofuna omu banks no gu ya yesi omunja ejuma no see he will restore them. And I'm say you see, I mean, if anybody is familiar with the concept of credit crunch, obeti say nanka ensese ye twen ema ye banks no and our financial institutions no omudi embedru pempenso bi a bedru time bi a so bi pesika e dia trade dwom a onye bi because ehunsunsanso edos we are all too familiar with the effects of credit crunch. Yen who be cry the last episode which happened in 2007 2008 yen who near see and you who ehunsunsanso and you don't want to have a credit crunch in your country. Beyond the fact that it can, transcend borders, But Ghana, say a country like Ghana, your experiences are dinner. And son, a bed cavano, a bedding.
You bet me there.
That I don't ask them, no. And why don't you stop it from happening? Now, Obi, Esi Hunkwaya, and Esi Anwa, Ozi, the Uba, Ubeza, Kofankrofuna, mismanage the various financial institutions. You could do up and pencil, who's for Maba. And I'm like, do you have an idea the kind of economic mess would have been in but for that cleanup? No. Look, if we say you have one or two people are not Muyama Yosema or Muyama Yosema or Mu banks eguye. But you cannot say that saving the entire country by cleaning up the sector no amounts to political victimization. There be that. Oh, and why? The fact that we are Manuel Semino does not accept you from being held responsible for your actions. It does not. Look, we are Manuel Nianu Cherese, said we could dibonia, and my uncle was a man, a switchia, a woman, and my infama. There be. Why? Them depositors see, Omu Ghana for Sebi, they are not from Azerbaijan. Let's say Obi Emis manager Musika. To the point say a lot of these institutions became insolvent. So they were unable to honor demand requests Omu depositors. Yeah. Usika da wana pe usika ni bia. Utimi ko be 4-5 times. Yemfa sika no ma. Uti ye na ama kakra. And just imagine a situation whereby a bank and any financial institution is insolvent. How can it have extra credit to lend to the private sector and whoever is willing to borrow? And you would group and Pensubia where banks and our financial institutions cannot lend and are scared to lend. And so who say you are up the creek problem kesiaba. But man penyin that say on oba or you make sure say bedru sa pempenso na sa or how no be ba ye nyina be hu ehun sunsanso. And I found that as a very weird and strange policy option. Another policy suggestion me I found it a bit strange soon say also about you create employment in both the public and private sectors. I was like creating jobs in public sector a priority. Because already we are spending a huge percentage of our tax revenue. In fact, tax expenditure on compensation now, instead of helping the private sector to grow, because they can employ more, I bet you for there about 65,000. But Jessica Mori, and I will see, Uba, you create more employment in the public sector. It tells you say, Sebi, the idea is to increase government's expenditure on compensation in the public sector. Uko like establishments in Bibri redundant workers no doso. Eban saying, and now when they went to IMF for policy credibility, one of the conditions was that you would have to freeze net employment in the public sector. Nientia yekasa ane say, usika no eswa, maminka revenue no eswa. And once your revenue is inadequate, what you do is that you prioritize your spending. Now you have statutory spending, and the cost for my idea is utia. Until compensation say any statutory funds get funds annual. Yet ya shemrem until umpe idea obitua. Then we have discretionary spending. And nuna ultimi you have allowance. Say ubetimi aye nyuma bi abema mpuntu juma ba amanfo benye juma ye. But we see, look, you want to increase your statutory spending, by increasing the number of people in the public sector. And that is how you create jobs. And like I said, it's about records. Say, Ubeka, the famous 1 million, say 2 million. Okuyoto 2 million and 1 million jobs.
1.5 million jobs.
Yeah, medical crack count. 1.5. The Okuyoto 1.5 million jobs. Okay. I'm speaking to Ghana for.
Ghana for Mukai. Okujato versus 80 Mensa.
Yeah, absolutely. And if history is any indication, if record is any indication, beyond the fact that I have a serious difficulty, say Abain is making it a priority to create employment in the public sector, and Nuna Abain per se, that the way I can create employment is to recruit more people into the public sector. I have a problem because of the implications that work on our revenues in this annual. Now beyond the record which they say the administration of the NDC, at least in the last 8 years, has not been particularly successful. A bar job creation. Now they be amika prof with the idiom. Micron for a book or more bese. Sebio with the no care ding, but mamin to Sebin Haminka.
And a Sabi Prediasa.
Sabi Prediasa. Almost say Bema giddy power. Chese ne. Mami sure the same to me can. Sebi in previous.
In Torre.
Yes, in Bema and Torre. Say Benina Betua. A chas yenu netre. What is here? What is here? And this also you are going to create a minimum of 1 million jobs. And now okay saying 250,000 and 1 million okay. A year.
That's 1 million for the
but for the 4 years. I say yes, how many jobs were created in the last 4 years sabi now tisuno. Because what was it? Economists are forecasting now. They look at trends and sana oma for home are forecasting. Until me say ABIA stocks will rise by this margin in say 6 months. It is because of trends are made in the last 6 months, in the last 1 year, and in the last 2 or 3 quarters. Now, metimia forecast say niye sini. And if you are saying say we create jobs, let me share your trend of job in the trends in your employment and job creation now. And share me crying. And yeah, how me kesi sukra and say you are focusing on the public sector as part of your job creation plan. No, say would already yes, soon say public sector employment no esurodo. Ozi would be account. Na abai ubetia compensation interest payments ewie no kakra be ka for you to do capital expenditure no na ye kiti and we share in the last 8 years starting from 2013 consistently no our capital expenditure is consistently on the decline. Na enu na obetimi aye na puntu aba na manfo ye dwuma aye. So if your capital spending is very low, na ne edge sika ni nyina a wontimi nya hwehwe no, which is the statutory spending, compensation ka ho. Uzi wo de opese no esa kosoro more because you want to create jobs there. Abraham said there are a lot of MDAs sebi nkrofo bi wo ha, they have duplicate jobs. Obi wo ha nipa mienu ye dwuma baako. Ebi mo hokra they are just redundant, just that yenyan yi o mumfri hoye. The focus should be private sector led job creation. But ABIA, because the record is not too impressive, Nintina Mampenika say yebeye the two. Because industrialization now a man for AGDC can create the needed employment. Now so who share the record of industrialization under Mahama leaves a whole lot to be desired. Me, the factory that leaps very quickly to mind about the creation of factories and our plants. A Commander Sugar Factory. But I know this is a very wise example to cite when it comes to the setting up of industries. Because one person Ghana hasn't recouped from that investment, you know. So we have had to undervalue it in order to get kakra. Oh, yet adeno value the investment yedi wure mu no. Ye beton adeno. Ye evaluation no. It is way less than what we invested in. And to beyond the fact that it failed to achieve the original object, ebe create ejuma ema ebe import of sugar so and niekika hono. Sesi akra yes okay. Obi mbeji dan no na onji factory no. Ni oba bia ye evaluation no. Adena nya de ebe so sika edi shame no. Enti media looking at omu record of employment akakra for me to have some fidelity in the fact that they can do much better than they did. Now, your free employment one, there was this suggestion of free primary health care. Free primary health. Now, near you no cry ye saying, near you premium was no cry ye saying. Now, what be my primary health care are you free? Look, freebies are good. Obi and you are on padia are free. But the possibility no, I mean we should be proposing you can say policies are actionable. Ade obetimi ayo hu bibi. So ukaka say obema healthcare are free. Primary healthcare ebe free. Ama Ghana ni bia. Question na me bizan say sika na ekofa no wahin. Oh. And this is not the first time. You have promised that before. In fact, even though in a different form, say ubetuya once, your premium will be one time. Utuya once now, untuya premium biem. No ekosi saying. Later, yebekache and say it is not feasible. Nti adia nanka yebetuya premium kakra mau. Ama utimi ebwa the delivery of healthcare no. No later obekache and say enya de obetimi aye. Say there was yen to premium crowd now be man are free. I mean mijidia enye ye because I mean where is the money going to come from? And can only say enye say sebi ye budget no ye de bia ye sika no buru ye so debi. As a socialist I would prefer say healthcare, primary healthcare would be free, but I'm also a pragmatist. Minko kan ye yentimi nye because I'm a socialist, and that is precisely that is precisely what is happening. Say yenka because it sounds good to the ears. Let's make such highfalutin policy promises. Say yebema primary health care are free. Na Ghana for and to abandoning, but Mr. We say we are in a campaign season, but let's make promises, and our policy promises are yebet me aye, and that's why I found it strange. Say adia na ye one time premium no want me anye, and you came out say me who say adidi me ntimi nye. O si say akra ye ntua premium no. Ye ntua premium now so be ye.
Why research?
Adia bedding because I also want my own research.
Sir, aboa no ko na chi ansa no wapem.
Me nua jai.
Ninya say.
Jai.
Prof, aboa no ko na chi ansa no wapem.
O compim pincha.
You see, a policy like to say near ye will cost implications. And eventually it would have to be captured in the budget. And yes, sir. Budget to two main items in the womb. Your expenditure and your revenue. Revenue soon determine. Sometimes you can spend without necessarily having recourse to your revenue. Into the deficits, but I can the paper mono. And so we share revenue. Now what share? Kwanya obefaso ayo expenditure. Enti yamva says our expenditure. National Health Insurance Authority. Do you know how much money government owed them? Own him.
1.2.
Ne huge money. Adenti na abayen timentua because na sika no ni ho. Sesi ayesi.
Ebi ana sika no bad na enye priority.
Dey na enye priority.
Sebi ana ne priority e be foforo. Se sika ne dey kuta o. Den ya debit o.
No.
Say den afi no sika abanu kuta more than 1.5 no.
No. Unless you want to have a one item priority, health nko education sika odi wurem, transport sika odi wurem, road sika odi wurem. Otherwise, you would always have competing priorities. But you can say, I'm just telling you the practicality. To the extent say near premium edi buano crampono. Yetua premium, and we also have NHIL. It's
NHIL.
Yes. National Health Insurance Levy no. And we yetua and also come until when you go to purchase book autonomy, your mouth become and also ye decount. Ninyina no still aban couldn't honor obligations na anakana no mudi NHI no. Nti imagine say si ade yes muntu ya premium. Can you imagine kana ebegu ena ebegu.
I think one for you now the wasma baneriye here. Atik's understanding of banking sector cleanup is limited. His knowledge of the facts seems limited as well. The law of natural justice mandates that one must know the various sides of a case. Since he has not approached the financial institutions for their side, his analysis will be limited. GN Savings and Loans is in court to restore their license. Has he read the case to understand what is in court?
What joke is this?
A little bit of knowledge can often be dangerous. Institutions of state are not godlike. They themselves are fallible. In this case, their fallibility has come under question. Nana Ufuri Ousu.
What does he say? We hasn't said anything. The fact that GN court and they have stated their case. If you go to court and your statement of claim, that should constitute the evidence. And Zanka, you wouldn't go to court. Ubebu, I can say.
You Ubebu Bim.
Anka, there won't be the need to go to court. The fact that you go to court and state a claim doesn't mean the claim is true. You think that Anka, why did other no one complain when they were downgraded from bank to savings and loans? Anka man ya bonnet. And the Bank of Ghana was acting arbitrarily. I don't know when they downgraded GN from bank to savings and loans. Oman can have them. Among for commissioners, depositors, in fact, any just GN Bank, some investment firm, your friends, Goko Securities.
And Hobium said they can there.
Anyway, these are matters of public knowledge. The documents are public knowledge. Sure. He needs to read extensively some of these documents.
In wrapping up,
but Nukre Owomune say this country needed saving. As far as the financial space is concerned, we needed saving. And you are saying say Nkrofo Omudi and Kodus up and penso. And remember GN Bank, there were times that depositors were demanding their money. Omunye sika ntu omo yankwati omo si abandi omo ka contractors are juma. and woman can create titi am fan mpo say aban edi contractors are muma omo loans sika omo de omo ka yet it is as can free more there would still be a huge amount of money that you owe depositors are muntimintua what I say mami fa we enwie na me beka another policy issue about corruption let me say also the stinks sting
operation
also the no so ba operation sting details no are sketchy but I'd be particularly interested in how that is going to work out in respect of their fight against corruption and a financial services authority only say financial services authority no niemi tie mampenyin dada mahama explain about niombe no it's just technically duplicating the functions of Bank of Ghana and ECC and putting all of that in one body. Because you were SCC omuyo omwejuma. You were Bank of Ghana so omuyo omwejuma. Mitie the way oka say Financial Services Authority no be ejuma no. And you're just taking the responsibilities of BOG and some functions of your kind of SCC and say I'm going to set up another bureaucracy. Meanwhile, every bureaucracy comes with cost. You can either strengthen Bank of Ghana, teach you supervision division, no, and a SEC to make them more efficient. If you feel say Jumana no more efficient enough and effective enough, Obetima more effective. But you say that you are creating a parallel body, would have overlapping functions with Bank of Ghana and SEC. No, it is still part of the cost creation. The idea every government must try to desist from, because every public investment you do, which includes creating of bureaucracy, you should look at value for money. Is there body be wa anka ombeti aye side man? Because some who are ombeti aye side man, you wouldn't need to create another body so that udi sikabe kwa koshim na kweka already any sikano. Until I saw that as a parallel creation bia, which would end up just adding to our national cost. But quickly, Mika says 65,000 public sector
650
employees. Actually,
it's 650,000. Yeah, sure. I know. Sambai.
Nana.
Bram.
You nana answer no mam kwana me mami nia George Pukwampon say PA to Kumasi Mayor. Me man yako ni papa Penny Kofi Adusa Mpon free. Ti say ya man yako na mu eba betenachi. I say 6 August. What you have been waiting now, now, on the 7th of December 2016, Ghana fought to Santri, a quadruple testimonial, a moment Panida Dajo Mahama. A catcher and say, we are incompetent, won't mean take a decision, Papa before mine. Would the owner say so? What be see hospital, what be ye school, what be ye say, a memo of the buyan, one yadia, yam PM. Over 1 million people and the country did 2 months say, "Boy, your man in free so say o man penny be." Enti me cried and can find some to hono and can hear me. If it's a Ghana for passing judgment already. Nemum a journal ni denti and a maminoa or to no a yana or this can I read a hornet a cogujanuma now buff and to him no. And nothing I may per se or be me a comparison. If it's and someone or did can't go in a platform soon I know a kikayano. A bini say or see banks are a grow one more musica a cajon or bar a fear decline or between inara. What can free call? Obi a misanu baby obenya sika no edi atua
tenru ho
ebedru ho esenko kankan ho ebiem ni se nana yaw bank emu kwa o enya dakro ena bank bi edigu ye yaka GM bank asemi edumre ba na ye full fledged bank be ye microfinance company.
That's how it started.
Enti emre dudu sen ena bae me pass between 2014 2016 Bank of Ghana reports every year na catch say banks be brain no ankasa said o musi perform no emwa na begu hwan na o mampani enye je Mahama na o mampani Enti nasem no obeka ni sese no watwenhwe han ema niam na gu wo wia no akwahye nkrofo achi say customers of banks nti beto aba MPP enti because one tuam sika na wo gu about 82 financial institutions in your course of duty as president no I went to kapre ama obi no sankrofo no di asem na osan kan kire won enti wo mo no nim sami jamfi ni na sefo John no amu da bi won konya platform so a won si MPP ye dia no de ene de na da ene be ka kire Ghana for mo kasa so ya na ya meya because I don't person mu bu about 6 million Ghanaians na to aba ma yen say bi wo mu nim nyansa ebi so ka cho bi say me ka cho say oh wonim say ensuo ene wo hai na ka cho say ensuo agina hai eye milk na ogidi a wo peso ka chense nipa no na dwuno de dwene se nipa de sani no nyame ye finitrim enti so be ka e be gira platform so e ka chense na da enu ti wo so be ka sem we say kwazi bro ni bro of that sugar coated words as en kan no now mutual letters come am guess no the brightness of this they are giving me the opportunity to pen down these few words. You are my only hamatan popo in the savannah and my only fish in the mighty ocean.
They okay obi our experience here
my only fish in the mighty ocean ebi na obenya platform no so e kan you know naka nana yaw enya nwanwa say who handle issue ni da enfie nwotwe wa be vice president ni president wa oversee anyama we say wa go banks be pray wona wo share suma we say num nyina bedu situation na see egu no na abaya o say me situation ye anana ya wo fi say sikatwitwiri dia o man e de clinic banking sector no enka twitware kan na nka adam so say feyase kwan a ye wo fi say sika no de koyi kwan na ye do carriage ya enka improve tourism e wo bosom area no ana ye ko de ko sisi resource centers na so far kwan na ye no senka nyentama senka do carriage enka kwa bosom twe ananka twitware kwan enka yi nka sem krom label e kwa nti kwan enka yi emanka Kokrokoo port easily nka kwa yemu ensei ntu be ya de no se ni wi a no anya kukuduro ahwe Ghana fo anim we ahwe anim mum se na virtual yinti no hwe anim onu na ne ehu na anim bonde no hwe anim ena na okasa asem ni chenti na mo timi nya kukuduro e kan sa asem no nti me de e ho ne de on fan kope ba binto nana o si oba the first term 4 years obe create 1 million jobs afibia 250,000 jobs nana yaw New Patriotic Party MPP omampani Akufo-Addo ena me no kase owosirem okoye yape womakobie ensuo kese a every day nipa ebenya nsupa anom ba 15,000 gallons a day be producer ma yape ni womo ebemben no
ya yebi wo mikrompo
okay
excellent water delivery system
ofri honum no oko tamale edi soso kobo former tamale water system about $233 million and euro omdi ye ene yendi juma de we nyina odi o
gambaga de ndo review
juma we nyina odi
and is supplying water okay gambaga you'd be impressed
okay juma we nyina no yenya akwanpo enkan wo backyard want me anya say juma we say bi wo ho ya pay wo bole ba moyo want me anya bi wo ho nom na wo ya do ba na mo awa no fie ba duo no want me na anwo wanya bibia ndakra ntimi na na ebusu ya bajiri class ma me fam wo last one ma me fam me fam wo kakra nsa no akọ san ya kika ka asem no wo si wo ba ye na ya under IMF conditionalities public sector a fee 2013 14 15 16 yamfa nipa ba kompe apart from education ane fankrofo yamfa nipa ba kumpo ewo adwumam ewo Ghana ha President Akufo-Addo say 1D1F masina twetwe mo benya kura nkanye ye mika pass me madam for makunta tibani obetra platform yi so ye ka ekunfi factory no si atwetwe say dey na betimi aye adenti na ye factory no ye factory no with the hope say mabunu ne mrantie ne panufo no wo nim de in manufacturing no ebenya adwuma ye It is about 79 factories na ayo operational no nipa say na mfaye wo na ye side na wusi na twetwe no wo so ba be create jobs e kwan ben na be fa so prof e dey create jobs no because ade na e be fa so na enya jobs no me what say the article kan ye no me omo economics na se for me ma anye bi kakra bi am koye no six form eno so kura no man fa nkosi aga enye ye masters na so for am de kakra bi be bata ho a kosusu planning na so for a ye keka kakra bi wani so a enka minimum ho hwe o see public expenditure e wo wages and salaries afia no no e dwindle e ma ye sikasem no aye de be yampuntunma na se for no e kofom. It is
a quick one out as Yape is not in Bole Bamboy, but Yape Kuso
is on the way.
Nya de krono I said teacher need to nya de krono
boy Kabila is my family.
No, it says
now is ya de krono
and one can say
I said da ni any kintampo nya de krono
oh that number in which one?
Number 1, number 2 kintampo nya de krono Kabila me dance be chow and no number 2 da ben
I say August 15th.
Okay, your Bible so nasne
what is happening on August 15th?
CPP
okay
nana yaw sa nyuma we nyinara no wa ma ya fa nipa ewo aban adwuma mu enti nurse se wie school 2013 2014 2015 2016 MPP aban bae eni afa wo mo enti won a yen ye betiti wo mo 2017 18 19 for no afei ni afa 2017 for no mpo senka samre no na adwene Ghana for hu ehu se adwuma ye ne fata se o man create nyuma ma nipa ya enka won a ye ba ye enka 2017 18 19 for ka ba no bia ye adwuma enka backlog bia eni ho enti wono a ye maun koto wanjimi anwe no wo se kra a betwani dia kwa beso a ye dindindin no wo betimi awe e betwitwu anu ma katre mate ato enti eno de eye nada hunu nana yawo nipa kro no a o ka nwumasem no 4 years dum so mikasa mo ha na mutimi to diesel mfidie gidigidi afi no nkwa wiye no you either break even and also say munya capital.
They were running losses.
4 years enyuma say o man mu na e fatasi ya disika ya pesika editor fan wo na sefo egu mfidie ma egeneti ya ima ye wie ya kwaye excessive power ana excess power ena yen use power no ena fi bia ye to be $500 million. Nipa no a ohwe supervising some we say no a emwa o man no ono so ba be create nyuma man enti me no to nte na wo kra na te no wo de show some ntimi hwan ni ye wo ba be gina nchen yedi wo nte nyina afi pa no so awie no wakwa akogina nchen aka chense se me na matesin finfia kama bonta ahinasa
ensa kama hye no kobo
da me wo gina ho na hunu mu yi
oh edi nana yaw eno eye one factor dum so ede no de bae simple issue as get me resolve as a government month me oso be greeting ma say obi anya adwuma ya mepewu na dia ban we eye me say education sector nkwa yamfa nipa kra both teaching and non-teaching staff no yafa over 70,000 workers. If you 2017 ebepem ne and now me no can say prof no ma share public universities no wo mama clearance for about 6,000 lecturers are yemfa wo been seen the history of Ghana da enti ye we say nyina na so ye de beto to ho dia oh I say Roman so for be ka say ene Good Friday na ye nko memudi akwantuo so adum yen say mu ye ti wanyina ye pie memudi akwantuo akodada na akwa Good Friday ye beko ama enti on from meto pro so ni yenka ni ehu na yaw katasese project kan corruption dansenya ya di no apitu eniso ba wo dem no ba wo babia wo de gas edo sreba si so no abeka chense sreba no hu etumo dansen ya di no apitu ya dija ehu ayetum katasese project ye ka obi a certified at supervising corruption e wo Ghana ha wo yi Domahama mamu free ha wo nya bi baabi wo mu say no ma better ready so we you corrupt nana ya met me simply ma hwanim aka ncha say you kromfo the fact that me can say kromfo no doesn't make you a kromfo e say me nya proof na wo say telephone na kuta no phone na kuta no wakowia na bia sampai dia enu wan kan kire no no afa wan mo na mane wakowia ansa ne agetum se wabokro no na wonni adanse wo de wo mre so yenya adanse jida adanse trodo of wrongdoing corruption I saw for two adanse trodo wrongdoing corruption in confirm to koye adanse one kasa wuji tum se anya yie
mobile mo ye ho den
wo se aye ho den enkrofo a wo mu ka ho nyina mu dia hin na wo man Ghana wo dia bodin wo mu ana wo mu edin wo mu no hwan na wo the jurisdiction of Ghana
die ntimi jom
na Airbus de ba enya na akwa bi kura se plane ground fu no aba no
ba mu suba de na mu ye fa suba
emu de
Super info solution.
Oh, share.
Papa, do you have on your contracts akese?
Oh, and no I don't want to go individual basis.
Because I want to count down.
I mean the entity.
I want to quite count down.
Then yes, I become down. Say come down. Say down no me hwe na say ba kwam ne yi kwan ne nyina be fa so na ye yi a. Enka no ne mu ho no mu na ye nyina fa kwan so na mu obia. But I hold the me need evidence as to me can myself. But I'm talking about I know men can say ye yo. Now the issue is there or corruption. And not some near canoe, but in the of course, but they are talking about it. Some and see now is
revenue assurance money.
No, I think as my mechano, it's about say, as some no a course one now and coso.
Oh, yes, yes.
You're taking action up. Oh, yeah, I know you're different matter altogether. But a course one now and coso. Ghana for you to 1 hour, Bermuditum. Me say, be a friend better Ghana systems.
Management services.
Prof. One more bar, one seen on to youth employment for the car. Sikani go Ghana man's school. If you are swimming on, and the
same entity na. No, we are the nana. Yes, I didn't. I mean the petition crack or Yoko. We see Ghana. Every nacho. Prof. Petition now. They are called down Yoko. Before you left the premises, the culprit had already been called. So will be the petitioner.
We see that time not. Kwada so na nye municipality na ye sub metro me kogina sub metro ho asoma me ka enye se me bom sire mu na e ka ho ye yi kakra ma sha me charge space ene kra de nanka face mask o hankam je bi ga ne nko mu huni pakro enam gina mpumam ye bo Profajekum present, Atik Mohammed absent, Sampai absent, Nanaya Kesi absent, Bafo absent, Kuja Santi absent. Present Mienuno, you bet you Sikamo, absent Duno, Sikano, and some government coffers. I can't do Chichanuho under the watch of Domahama.
Anyways,
now we are now what better now Becano, the because we see ye can trust Ghana for. What bro be a nim wo record
and some management service management agreement almost signing. Ne say whoever the owner of Better Ghana Management Services would pre-finance payments. When you know on to capre aji to cancer. And the clause, there was a clause in the termination clause was that if he fails to breach any of the clauses, it becomes fair grounding. Titru sa pre-financing, it becomes a grounding for them to terminate the contract. All the coordinators, junior coordinators, Rodima Oura Bugapili say terminating. He also forwarded same to Minister Kofi Umado. They didn't terminate the contract. Or Koswaji Nisika copying time scandal exposing the buyer report.
Oh, and you will catch them and say, we are no one supervisor we saying, wosu na be ka kire say oh we are vice president now we are the luckiest vice president na Professor Mills emma opportunity into you were more than even the president and no so na nche no one kasansem kayem prof wo bedi ho adanse a asem bia ye kan Ghana ha about development no Professor Mills dinim
you need sinche
dinim University of Ghana
medical school
Professor Mills na shase even though President Kufuor na ye financial arrangement ni bibia no Professor Mills na shase ye ka ye money din wo
James
da bia ye John Mahama into for 8 years what supervise corruption o man we say mu one more capital venture fund tika mrembe no mdi ye
we start from
under wo mo se ye mo nkotuatua ho sika na wo mo kope nkwande eni wo fie na minim ho me court assembly man fancy here ya no wo masloki na sem wo court said nam
tamaklo ati onu tamaklo
na sem wo court Dr. Puni ni de e wo court but NCA National Communication Authority ye seek over $4 million etimi ye chichwa rekwa gu so asphalt wo mu chedi ye no mu the prison it was under the watch of John Mahama evident kwa mkoto ye no ye ti ni fie ase na danfo fie na dikosi ye what you say into wo bia na ba ka kire say wo ba be fight corruption one wo to atente wo tu awon eje dem sabi o to atente wo tu awon eje dem dada otimi kwa ko bri kresin eja
e bia no skills I do treasure
okay na o to shia e ho na be unse o to ashi
sampa ma memre fie ma mi go fie me ba be du fie say de na say me call ano na say prof ma ba fie
onum say asem a minu anu makan aba me den pa say me kan bi
ade prof
minim de ntia NDC 4 year o ma adwen say omo ma ha bi samuna mo pam o ma minim
prof no kure wo mo ni say yam pam NDC but NDC force omo say kanen no nanka ukuada omo akonya mienu wa ha ena fiada MPP fo wo mienu
okay
nanso omo mienu no edu ba bi no Alote Jacobs edu ba bi omo se ne kasa asesa on kasa mfa ma omo biom tik omo ye se yenyi alote mfiri ho ani ye se alote no mo ma ye te se alote nkasa ma mo biom enti alote ba ye friends wo NDC communicator bi social commentator okay enti alote ba kwaku ba MPP ba ko NDC ba ko Friday susu dura da bi one MPP for mienu ba da bi also ba ko sa ti omo case ni se ebe ma MPP Friday mienu dia ya ma omo so Wednesday mienu na so okay si say no MPP for ka Friday ni ya ma omo ba ko enti bibia ni o alote no kro omo twen ho man so ne do e alote na ankasa kra say so ono na oba be yo na dia wo yi ni ho atopo no enti we free
that's omo they say akra say Tuesday ni Friday omo NDC rep
ba sampan ma men ka say yegusu no ono sampan me ba
eda ye te head sam na
me ba prof me no na kasa why eti yegusu no omo kasa no ano and omo issue statement and to just say because no omo endili ni ye na afi ye host no so I can bi na eja wone ne nkrama ama
wone no pudus
wone ne nkrama ama no otu ana ne nkrama ama na tiam nti wo mo mabium nti ano no
okay the tia me kan san say asem ya un say o tie sampan a o kan de pa say MPP ni me wa reshem say sanka NDC ni bi so te asese a ono so be kan de a ma ehun say de sampan kan kra enim be jayama o man kasa say so mo drew platform so a obi amomoden enkania oji se waye
eno
ana enipa omo koto abe omo a omu susu awo mu pa ya omo afi no omo di mfie du motwe omo no kra no ebinum wie SS nti anya dan a omo hu Mahama ne Professor Mills abai ne kakra ana won abehunu Nana Kufuor so abai na mamuo so kakra ye jama omo no obi otegana ha bia bemfie nwotwemfie duni wohunu de ekoso wa mamuo mu no ono ankasa hwe na ne abe mesra de se makada so obi disika base gena to abamamia bisa ne scan just all the good ayim
if you are some
any question
upa bas bi ma
ana politics kesi ni bi
me ayi be ko nyina say bubu ma on fie nan no oh yes boss wa mu man ni yie na ahokyere ba me na me ho be kyere me mba yan kan ya kai your school fees your my university say bubu nyina afufu de hwa ni nyina aka ho
hostel fees
bibia mayare ka babusu afo ya say meboa wo mo nyina eka nyina eka ho e say me de ma na wa anye ni yi a ebeka me they say ni party ase say yen koto abase e CCC okona o hwe ni pakron mintim soro mintim fifi mintim form na hwa ayi sumsum boni bia ba so na mfa ntim he ya yen to abasa amanyofo o ma no de o ye den on ba on beka me bia cho but bia wani na ho na hu say anya hwe kra on de ma we na ye de wo mu ni say enipa mienu no omo ho asam and cherry pea say nipa yorefi sa former president Rawlings no so oba nkam kwara ba ne bia omo hu ombeti ni din omampani kufo no so oba nkwara ebe omo se eye owura mahama a ofiri so vie nan ni enne nana kufu ado a ono so mfie nan ni yehu na esa ye mbre ma obi ahu ne a obi aye na to aba na mo be so mo se bra mo bonto a obi aka ne awaye no omyi atem didi mfrim kan ne awaye
ana obetimi aye
na de obetumi aye onim se be say there's a promiser and a promisee in between them there's a track record
obani biom ebiom obani simiso
there's a promiser and a promisee they are all share bono
ne de ye no bo
ene de ye share no bono omo mfimfin ho no e say etimi hwe anamo a nia oso o share bono atuo a enti o share me bowe
obani ne emfa ye bi da nyina ho
o kwatre kwa so obama ntoma ati kwatre kwa ati so ni oso obama ntoma so me da se na ntoma na o de opeso o de mame no you did the same no say subura gramophone power no ana wonim wenum nya na wo da so no eti sa na ese ehwe no na ya hwe ne a o matumi aye omu hwan na se oba asetrem ebekoyie eniema betoto form kama asumdue beba oman mu ya bette katase hye ne school sem bekoyie na de hadwen krampo ne de abeto yeso covid dia ewe
odefo
ye po enko ne setena
odefo covid
de ekono aban ben president no nipa bienu na ye kan omu hwan no oba obetumi atoto ni ye ama se enko ekra ye na tena ehu abeto form enti no me de mini party bia ba to ento abafon de de ma toto ho ansa na ma hwe ba bia me de beko de be ma me ma setremu aye kama na sumdua ba o man mu na oni biefo o ma o mu ni biefo no da na ye kan nyina ye mu bi wo ha nyame nhira o de ama de be di ni da de menya nyame ando na ese enhye ba ma minua minim so ono oni adwuma no ono so de nsa ba kona no na ukonya manyofo a omo adwuna omo kwa na omo furu ho a ene ete se kotobeku ma wakoto abafie ti ya ne nhwe so omo de bibia atoso fom a abato we eni se ye den
tetia
oh no tetia mkra say ye mre na babo form anyire omho tete no na obi tam ballot boss edi dwane atichichi no ebi otwem apa ho sa do so they ya to something say ya say ne akotwere din ya tete entam na aprosifo ejinjina ho na ya toko na senior wie ne ebehu chele
ebehu killer
obeni ano pedase
menzo medase
antik medase ano pe
medase
o ba bia me say hu wo you see list himself be say atwomampo no ayi krobia from a conference I want am code people teacher
and opinion why popular graphic go ba
conference
opening part of my sanction graphic we am afako yeah that's it bro
first primary school Mr. T Wagamaga Zobja primary but it's over 100 years
me first na ye be wie ene no hona me so me call primary school
is the oldest
Osei Krom LA Presbyterian
territories me come school watchro
there be unya time
primary school my first primary school Zobja primary is the oldest primary school in the whole of the north
yes sir boss
over 100 years
the
Germans they first appeared in the northern territories Gambaga na no pie
I see
and there is omubu baby say like if you want to say adi we dey maso media minjemu ben say media mehu adi as a broni na hu Gambaga
on free order
from Casamamenti
dagbana na mam okay mamiya na mampuli yemvan say adi we mankunye wa sulmingi nyagamba
manko ye wa
sulmingi nyagamba
okay
no moti okay no kre
but I think Muhammad Medasiano pay sometime me that was papa Francisca Mame Sewa Glover listening to us this morning in Virginia. Happy birthday to you Francisca Mame Sewa Glover, and to you Apostle Entry, former area head Church of Pentecost Kaswa. May God bless you from Elder Dua, and to you Mame Sewa of King's University Business Class from Nana Ajua and team. I was ha enene yade Kokrokoo dwumadie no esie efreme nana ya okese na otwe nyina mbehwe akiri edema chairman general Kwame Sefakan semunim se nyame ya adoma ochena eye afofida ndo ochena obia ebegina home nano musumifo eye won ma fa hyekese ento ochena eye afofida edema nyina eti ha ena na otwe isu yade Kokrokoo dwumadie no ebesie me sorry Kofi Kumbe sende motana akopem se premo ebeto na kasebo no abane ya wada kasebo no echi enkaebo beba nkaebo ba kwasi aboaje ne team betana se entertainment review ebo no nan a odi anka kwa me yebo abetana se no sia kasebo no beba na to aso sa akopem se ne dan so ebekọ na wieye eframe nana ya okese obetimi aframe the cardinal Adopamene Dr. Father Dixon, Kennedy Asante Osei, Koja Asante, Stephen Bafo, Isaac Odro, Peter Square, Pretty Joyce. Adwa yebu eje na poso hima ena afi odi ahenkan Kwame yeboa. Jene kabum edi Kokrokoo dwumadie brewo yada wase amamomo editie. Ede rade asumdwe jamu nyina ahwe ho so ye wan koto amane ebia mu akram.